I've continued to share my viewpoint on Isaiah Likely and the fact that I do not think he's going to be returning to the Baltimore Ravens at all. They re-signed Mark Andrews, so that was pretty much the writing on the wall, and there has been no indication that they really even want to bring him back. But that's coming from me. What about what Isaiah Likely had to say about the situation? Will the words that he spoke shed some light on his current dilemma with the Baltimore Ravens? Will it give us more hope that he can return, or will it make us feel like, you know what, he's definitely not gonna be back? We're going to get into what Isaiah Likely had to say shortly. Before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on, leave a like on the video, even though we do not like anything about the potential of Isaiah Likely not being back. Let's get into a clip that has been floating around from Jon Gruden's interview with Isaiah Likely.
I'm just curious, with the Ravens, they paid Andrews. Your quarterback makes a few bucks. You got a high-priced running back. You know, you got Bateman re-signed. He got paid. Zay Flowers is there. Can they afford you coming back there? I'm just curious.
I'd say, you know, I love Baltimore. I mean, they took the chance.
That's how it always starts. Oh, I love Baltimore, but
at the end of the day, I tell everybody, like, Baltimore's home for me. But at the end of the day, business is business. So I'm just really just seeing what's going to happen. Because at the end of the day, like you said, they got to pay Zay. You got to restructure L. Lindy's up, as you know.
Linda Flinter, too.
Then Mark, Bate are paid. So everything you got to just see.
Jon Gruden was just going down some of the list of Ravens that have already either been paid or have yet to be paid and probably will. Lamar Jackson got a restructure. We expecting that announcement any day now. Who knows? But certainly before free agency starts. They paid Mark Andrews. Rashad Bateman, he got a contract extension. But Linda Flender, he's due for a contract extension, even though he's a pending free agent. So who knows what's going to happen with that? Zay Flowers has been balling, so he's eligible for a contract extension. So Ravens got a long list of stuff that they got to take care of. And Isaiah Likely, he said, business is business. And it's true, but this continues to highlight what we go back to, how the Baltimore Ravens, they missed so many opportunities to win it all. Because there have been several rosters that have had all the pieces and more that they need, but they just failed to get it done. And that's super unfortunate because it makes situations like these that much worse. When you have somebody that's a pending free agent, that's a baller that you know is one of them guys that's like that, and you could think back on this, oh, man, we wish we could have kept Isaiah Likely, but, hey, at least we got a Super Bowl with him. At least we got the job done, and we wished him well in his future endeavors. But you can't say the first half of that sentence because you didn't get it done. The Baltimore Ravens failed to get it done. And Jon Gruden did ask Isaiah Likely about that. He said, were you surprised about John Harbaugh being fired? And Isaiah Likely, his response was, well, yeah, John Harbaugh's been in the building for 18 years, and you haven't had coach for that long. But recently said, just haven't gotten it done. He said the team had a lot of attention on us, and we were like supposed to be like a Super Bowl team, but we just hadn't got it done. When we come up short in the playoffs, and sometimes don't even make the playoffs, he said he knew change was coming, but he didn't know it's going to be that big a change. But see, what Isaiah Likely said in that previous clip that we just watched, that wasn't even the worst of what he said. That wasn't even the most powerful statements that he made that let us know that Isaiah Likely is done with the Baltimore Ravens. It was this that really made me say, oh, boy.
You know, have you met Coach Minter yet?
No, I have not.
Have you had contact with him?
I have not.
You know, when I got to be a head coach, normally, you know, you come to a team and you got to hire a staff. And then somebody walks in and says, hey, you better call these guys because they're free agents. Because that stuff happens pretty quick. I remember when I became the head coach of the Raiders again, you look down and you see the 4 or 5 guys that aren't signed, and you're like, we got a problem. What about the offensive coordinator? Do you have any idea who your offensive coordinator is in Baltimore yet? Declan Doyle?
I've heard good things about him. I haven't talked to him yet. I haven't really seen everything over there, but I have heard, you know, from guys that played over there.
What happens like right now with your agent? I mean, what do you guys sit down and strategize? Do you have a board and look at the teams that need tight ends?
Yeah.
Like what? How does this process work for all the people that don't know?
I'd say more so it's. I mean, with my agent, what I told him was I just want to be able to, blossom. Like I feel like
this part too.
The last couple of years I've had a great, vet in Mark Andrews, where he's taught me everything to be, a star caliber tight end to the point where it's like now I feel like, I just want to be on a team where I could just get out there and, help a quarterback, help a team, be able to put as much points to the board as possible. So, just giving that information to my agent and letting him basically go to the teams and be an agent. I mean,
so if you listen to what he said in that clip and came away with anything other than Isaiah Likely, he's hitting free agency and he ain't returning, then I don't know what to tell you, my friends. I really, really don't. Because there were 3 parts in that clip where he was basically saying goodbye. Number 1, Jon Gruden asked him, hey, have you met Coach Mentor yet? Nope, have not. I said, oh. And I get it, it's the offseason, players are doing their things, but he said he ain't met him at all. Then Gruden asked him, well, you're on offense, you're a tight end. Have you met your offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle, yet? And Isaiah like, oh, I heard some good things about him, but I ain't met him yet either. I said, oh. And it's not, he's done. He's done. Because the icing on the cake was when he spoke about, hey, on this Ravens team, I had a great mentor and a veteran and Mark Andrews. And he showed me how to be a good tight end and whatnot. But I want to go and be the number 1 tight end on a team. That's pretty much what he said. I know we paraphrasing and whatnot, but when you listen to what Isaiah Likely said, he said, it's my turn now. I want to be the star of the show at tight end for somebody's offense. And again, they got Mark Andrews already. He's re-signed already. He showed me the way. He showed me the ropes. Now it's time for me to flap my wings, but not for the Baltimore Ravens anymore. Now, this part of the offseason definitely is not my favorite, when we have to wait for guys to potentially leave our favorite football team, especially some of our favorite guys from the football team, that being Isaiah Likely. Oh, I told you, it's going to hurt when we get that notification when he signs somewhere else. We are not going to like it at all. But one thing we can do in the meantime is leave a like on the video, click that thumbs up button, also subscribe to the channel, and just appreciate y'all, man, showing support for everything that we do on here. Now, we are here at my favorite part of these videos where we get to hear from y'all. If you are a Team Keep It Clean patron, you can send your question on there. Or if you're not, you can send your question in an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com. Let's get to it. First question came from my guy, Bmoreblocs. He said, hey, brother, what's happening, man? He said, I'm subscribed to your channel, and I would like to say you're doing an awesome job. Keep doing what you're doing. Hey, appreciate that, man. Thank you. He said, I'm sending this email to say all this talk about Isaiah Likely, go somewhere else. Why not, or going somewhere else? Why not choose Charlie Kolar? That's a sleeper right there, too. Because Charlie Kolar, while he didn't even get half the opportunity that Isaiah Likely got, whenever his number is called, Charlie Kolar delivers. I would not have been mad at all if the Baltimore Ravens ended up re-signing Isaiah Likely and re-signing Charlie Kolar too, because I wouldn't have been mad at that and letting Mark Andrews walk. I think that would have been a good option too, but so, the decision the Ravens made. Anyway, he said, I never hear no one speak of that swap, and I honestly think that will be better than releasing an Isaiah Likely, so I decided to send you this email to get your thoughts and opinion. Again, great channel. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm out. Hey, I appreciate that. So, he's a free agent, too. So, he's getting ready to, somebody going to pay him. I think that he will command the least money out of the 3, simply because of what he has and what he has not done yet. But, again, with opportunity, the same thing. Well, all 3 of these tight ends, man. The only difference between all 3 of these tight ends has been opportunities. It's been opportunities. But I will say, in the opportunity, and I got reminded of this, and this kind of got something to do with it, kind of don't, but with Isaiah Likely specifically, obviously last year, He started off with the injury, and he talked about it too. He talked about it in the interview with Jon Gruden. He said with his fracture in his foot that he missed the first 3 games, then he came back for the Chiefs, but he said he wasn't like all the way himself yet, and he said he wasn't all the way him until I think he said 2 months after the injury. Either way. But when he was talking about all that, Jon Gruden was like, oh, yeah, you were expected to have a much better season than you did have. And I was thinking, man, Isaiah Likely, his last 2 catches of the last 2 years have been clutch plays. Even though he may not get the numbers that Mark Andrews gets, he don't get the targets that Mark Andrews gets. When literally everything is on the line, in the biggest moments of the season, Lamar Jackson finds Isaiah Likely. Now, how does he find Isaiah Likely? Well, because Isaiah Likely makes himself be available, and he comes through in a clutch. Because remember, the last play, the second to last play, 2 seasons ago in Buffalo in the playoff game, needed the game-winning drive, or game-tying drive, where did Lamar go to? Isaiah Likely, boom, touchdown. And then, of course, Mark Andrews, the 2-point conversion drop, we know. Then, this past season on the line, you don't convert. It's over. You're done. You're going home. 4th and 7 in Pittsburgh. This is a playoff atmosphere already. Lamar Jackson goes to Isaiah Likely. They got the first down and put them in field goal range. And then, of course, Tyler Loopy missed. So yeah, he just comes up clutch, man. So I had just been envisioning for these past couple of years, like, man, what if Isaiah Likely was our tight end 1? What if we got to see that on a weekly basis, him getting all the targets? But now we never will. But as far back to your question about Charlie Kolar, yeah, that would have been nice if they could have had a nice little 1-2 punch with Likely and Kolar, but now both of them will probably be gone. Next question came from my guy, ChefLyfe family. He said, what's up, Ingraven? What's happening, baby? I ain't heard from you in a little minute, man. But I hope you're doing real, real good, my friend. He said, hope all is well. I know I haven't been sending in questions recently. I decided to go back to school to double major in software engineering. Currently working on getting my bachelor's and master's degree. So you ain't got to send in no question. We should be sending in questions to you. Like that man said, he said, I ain't just going for 1 degree. I'm doubling down. Ooh, that's real deal right there. Hey, I commend you, man. He said, but I have 1 question today. I know it's going to suck losing Likely in free agency so much that I've already cut all post notifications off on my sports apps. Yeah, I'm hurting early. Yeah, we ain't even get to March yet. You already cut off the notifications? So he don't even want to hear nothing about nothing that got to do with this. Nothing. So, oh boy, you are going to hate the beginning of this video. Well, if you're watching this part of the video, then you already watched the beginning of the part of the video. So, I know that hurt. I know it did. Because when I first watched that interview, I said, oh, man, this sucks. Even though, again, the writing was on the wall, but still hearing it from Isaiah Likely directly made it a lot worse. Anyway, he said, but doing some research, I came across a replacement that may lessen the blow of Likely, but succeed Mark in maybe his first 2 years. His name is Michael Trigg out of Baylor. He's 6'4", 240 pounds, contested catching machine. Oh, yeah, we could always use more of that with the Baltimore Ravens. He said, I think he'll fit right into our scheme and fit flawlessly. If you haven't looked at his highlight, I highly recommend it. As always, hey, appreciate you putting me on, man, because Ravens will definitely be looking for some replacements for Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar, too. He said, as always, thank you, good brother. I keep you and the family in my prayers. I'm also a father of 2 on a mission for positive change and giving back to the world as much as possible. God bless, and I pray you continue to be highly favored. Hey, I appreciate that, ChefLyfe, and that's real right there. Everybody doing what they can to just try to create a positive atmosphere for everybody. Anybody they encounter in any way that you possibly can. So I appreciate you sharing that message and sharing what you've been doing. And hey, enjoy getting that bachelor's and that that boy doubling down. Hey, you doubling down on them degrees. You're gonna be doubling down on that bank account too. So congrats in advance. See, I had to click on this next question because the subject said tight end. And I said, you know what? Might as well, right? The next question came from my guy, Elyjah. He said, here's my theory. Do you think Harbaugh knew he was getting fired? No, I don't. But I'm going to continue with your question anyway. He said, do you think Harbaugh knew he was getting fired? And then he was like, okay, I'm going to influence the Ravens to sign Mark Andrews. So when I get fired, I can sign the better tight end to my roster in Isaiah Likely, because he knew they wasn't going to sign 2 tight ends. No, I don't think that was the case. I just think, and Steve Bisciotti said it, all the reports said it, but Steve Bisciotti said it too, that with Harbaugh, it was something that he had been thinking about, but he hadn't made it like super public or anything like, oh yeah, I'm really getting ready to fire Harbaugh. Because everybody said it caught them by surprise. Everybody did. And he was the only one that was going to do it. Because he said Eric DeCosta wasn't going to do it. Because he said Harbaugh and Eric DeCosta, they too close. Eric DeCosta wasn't going to do it. He said, I had to do it. And he said he went against a lot of people's decisions and went against what a lot of people thought was happening. Because a lot of people, they had just figured Harbaugh was coming back another year. But Steve Bisciotti said, yeah, I think about, nope, not doing it. So, no, I don't think that was the case at all.